everybody? It's your 5-star realtor, Joshua Ingram, partnered with Page Properties Team, brokered by EXP. We're on another episode of a brand new podcast called the Dream Builders Podcast. Today's guest, we got you covered of Savannah. The special guest that we have is Daniel and Melissa Luszcz. How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. How
Awesome. Thank you so much
Thanks for having us.
for coming on the show.
Good to see you.
Good to see
Yes,
you.
yes.
Welcome aboard.
And I cannot forget the man, the myth, and the legend, my partner, Bradford Page with Page Properties Team. How you doing?
Always good to see you, Joshua.
Yes. So, got you covered of Savannah. I have a question for y'all. My first question would be, can you tell us a bit about yourselves and how Got You Covered of Savannah came to be?
I'll let you lead with that one.
Okay. Well, we got moved down here about a little over 4 years ago with Dan's job. He was a district manager. He was a terminal manager for a trucking company. Mm-hmm. He got a promotion. They moved him down here. And we worked through the pandemic, and short story is we both got burned out of what we were doing, and we decided to open up our own business. Franchise came about. That's another long story for another day.
Yes.
And we invested in this franchise, and that's how we just decided we were all in, jumped in head first.
Okay.
And decided this was it. This is what we were going to do.
Okay.
What made you choose window coverings? And there's a lot of franchises out there. You could do a Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, all that stuff. But how did you happen to choose window coverings? There must have been something in your background that...
Well, there was we reached out sporadically over the last 10 years trying to find if opening a business would have been advantageous for us. And we kept running into the same problem, finances. Getting financial aid, how do we purchase franchise, what options exist? And so over the course of about 3 years, we reached out, didn't make much happen, but then there was a persistent headhunter for franchises, and she, after the third time, found something that worked to get my attention, and it was, if you think a franchise isn't for you, think again, we have financing options, and that opened up a whole other can of worms. So after discussing with her, our goal was to find something that our strengths play together. So it wasn't that window treatments was our first option. It was the option that made the most sense for both of our strengths.
Okay, so what sets Got You Covered of Savannah apart from other window treatment businesses in the area?
Both of us. We're the people you see from the beginning of the in-home consultation, which is free, all the way until after the installation is completed. You won't see another salesperson. You won't see anybody as an administrative assistant yet. It's just us. You deal with us throughout the entire process. That's what sets us apart.
So it's not a big national 1-800 call us type of thing you see all over TV, and we'll do your... And so Got You Covered window treatments. Tell us a little bit about the products and kind of range of stuff that you do, and just describe the business.
We can sell pretty much anything that goes into a window. So your blinds, shades, shutters. We can do draperies. We can do very, very low budget. We can do a very, very high budget. Most of the time, the budget will dictate what the client wants to put in the window. And so we can tailor all of our products with all of our vendors. We know which ones are pretty economical. We know which ones are pretty expensive. So in talking with the client, we can then get that range and show them what we can put in their window.
So count your windows, put a budget on each window, and they'll figure something out for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. So the next question I have for y'all is, are there any specific projects or collaboration that's coming up for y'all in Savannah? Are y'all collaborating with any companies or nonprofits?
We haven't yet. I just finished with Shelter from the Rain.
Okay.
I was a mentor for a single mom.
Okay.
We do have a couple others that we are interested in working with coming up in this next year. Mm-hmm. But that was basically the first one. We spent a lot of time trying to learn our business And that was our focus for like the first 8 or 9 months of our business. And then now we're starting to get out there into the communities to see what's out there and then to see where we want to put our energy.
Okay, so my next question would be, what are the future plans for Got You Covered of Savannah? I know y'all already a franchise and y'all do really good window treatment and all that, but what is the future plans, the future goals?
Our long-term goals are more to just build a sustainable business. You know, we're not looking to get rich. We're looking to be comfortable. We're looking to have something to pass on to the next generation of our family. We have 3 kids, and we'd like to at least be there for them as we get to retire. We'd like to have something to hand over to them, say, hey, if you're interested, here's something else. And if not, well, if we build this business right, somebody will come along, pick it up, and continue what we've started.
Awesome. So how do you ensure customer satisfaction, and what feedback have you been receiving about your business?
Oh, well, customer satisfaction, we take that to
Very
the next
serious.
level. If it's not good enough for me, it won't be good enough for anybody else. I notice the smallest details that people don't see, but the biggest things she catches because I'm focused on the little things. What we do, though, is we go above and beyond. If I don't want to be treated a certain way, I make sure I don't treat the prospective clients that way. It's the way I want to be treated. So every time I had an interaction in the past with a person in our position, I took my good experiences and my bad, wrapped them all to make sure that this is the way we want to conduct ourselves.
Okay. And can you tell us like a recent scenario or a recent
Yes.
scenario that a client really was satisfied with y'all work?
Oh, well, we have a couple.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I'll
tell
just-
us.
I'll just-
We want to
I'll just
know.
focus on one.
I've heard a lot of good things
Yeah.
from other people and feedback. So I
Oh,
definitely,
good. That makes me feel.
yeah,
that
so-
makes me feel good.
So share your recent ones.
We recently did a window for a client who was just closing on their house in the waterways.
Beautiful,
and-
beautiful neighborhood.
Yes,
It is.
the whole thing is beautiful. They liked what we did with them and how we worked with them. It took them a while to close. I think it was like 3 months or
Yes.
something. We came by a couple of times. We don't charge for our consultations. So we, drove out there quite a few times to make sure that we got exactly what they wanted. They were so happy, they told their neighbor next door, the neighbor next door to them, and they recommended us on their neighborhood Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
And so we got another client from that. They were also very happy, so I'm hoping that they pass words along as well. But those clients in the waterways, they were really, really excited.
Awesome,
Beautiful.
awesome. And what are the common misconceptions about window covering that you would like to address?
Well,
That they're cheap and they're easy.
definitely, they're not
All you
cheap.
have to do is send us the measurements of your window, and we'll send you the blinds. And you can put
They're
'em
right,
up-
yeah. You can put them up yourself, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the misleading things, though. You would think that the average home being built today, all the windows would be alike, and that's the furthest from the truth. Because our window treatments are custom made for each window opening. So even though the windows are the exact same windows with the exact same measurements when they start, when you mud, it could be an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch difference. That, in some cases, could be the difference between a slant on a shutter or a louver on a shutter, or it could be the difference on a pattern when you pull down the shades if you don't mark them correctly. So they're not your grandma's shades. You don't just pull them down and you let them spin back up. They have some pulled down, you let it go, it stays right there.
Yeah, I got that in my apartment. I like those shades.
Yeah, those are awesome. Motorization
Okay.
didn't exist, 15 years ago. That is fun. If
Google,
you're lazy,
open the blind.
yes,
Yes, our whole house is like that.
it is. If you're lazy and you don't want to get out of your chair to roll up that shade, you could have a remote, you could use an app, or you can just tell Alexa or Google Home, hey, open the shade. It's possible.
Wow, okay. So how can the local community get involved or support Got You Covered of Savannah?
I would say just give us a chance to get in front of you to show you what we really can do to your home. Our products are not just window coverings just to cover a window. It's an investment in your home. It can increase your value. Shutters are a permanent part of your home, and they have multiple options of shutters. So it isn't just a window treatment to us. It's something that can really transform a home from being just an average home to being a gorgeous home. And it doesn't take much. It does take an investment, but it doesn't take much.
Plus, get to know us.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to get out to as many community events as possible. Even if you're not ready or even in the market to buy a window treatment, just come and talk to us and get to know us. We still, even though we've been here for about 4 years, we haven't, because of the pandemic, we were just locked to our professions at that time, and we are just starting. This past year has been really great getting to meet everybody in the community, because we weren't able to do that for the first 2 years we were here.
For sure.
So I really, really like getting out and meeting people, going to the different, festivals and events. Just come out and get to know us and, make friends.
Awesome. Yeah, you joined our pool and business referral team on Tuesday mornings at 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah,
Stir
come
coffee.
and see us. It's so fun.
So, that's definitely the kind of thing to get the word out there. You had mentioned, we were talking earlier before we get everything all set up, about some challenging projects you came about.
Yes.
And kind of tell me more about that, and like the smallest windows to the largest and in between. What are you able to do, and what types of solutions are you able to find for people?
Well, you've got sometimes some of the homes that are out there now, they are, I guess you would say, they are designed exquisitely. They have a lot of unique shapes. You could have trapezoids for windows. That makes it challenging for some of these products to be added on after the fact. We have access to a number of manufacturers that have products that can fit seamlessly into those spaces. It also gives us the ability to think outside the box. Sometimes you're limited on what you can do. The width of the fabric when it's manufactured limits how wide you can go with an opening. But there are creative ways to get around that. For instance, one of our manufacturers, a couple shades together. 5 panels, you can cover a 30-foot wall, 1 motor. Seamless. Push a button, all 5 go up at the same time. If you want to do an arch, you can do an arch. It'll be stationary, but it'll look like your window treatment's below it. So it doesn't matter the shape, doesn't matter how it's built. We'll figure out a way to get that treated and make it look really good.
We even have shutters that we can custom match paint.
Yeah, some of these builders now, especially if you do a custom home, and I had a guy that engineered his house years ago, and he had a water feature out and back, a nice retention pond, lagoon, and so he maximized windows on the back of his house, including a triple slider window glass walls. They really weren't windows. And we talked about what you can do with that type of thing, and you're not even limited there. So people really taking advantage of bringing the outdoors in. Sometimes they don't want the indoors out.
Right.
People see you running around first thing in the morning or whatever. So it's nice to be able to have a good quality window treatment to really offset your investment in a beautiful property.
For sure. And
Definitely.
do certain people like tint their windows too?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Tinting is an option if it's way up in the air and you just want to, if you have a 15, 20-foot ceiling, or it's a double type wall like a foyer you walk into, those windows you're not going to open and close them, but you do want to minimize the sun that comes in, so you can get a tint. 3M makes a really good tint that reflects and keeps the heat out and keeps the UV rays out. So that is one product that we do have access to that we can take care of, and then your treatments below it would still be functional.
Yeah, we didn't really dig into why you want to cover your windows. It's not just to keep the indoors in or be able to allow the outdoors in, but also, like you said, the temperature controls.
Yes.
You get a beautiful west-facing view, and you got that sun bearing down on you in the middle
Like
of the
you're
day.
outside.
It's going to cost you a lot more to cool the house, especially here in Savannah.
Right.
We
Yes,
get a little bit
absolutely.
toasty in the summer. So
Yes, there are window treatments that can help with keeping your house cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Cool.
Yeah, I know that. So, Mr. Daniel and Mrs. Melissa, how can the people get in touch with you? I got you covered.
They can reach us 3 ways. Our phone number is area code 912-777-9289, or they can go to our website, gotchacovered.com/Savannah. That goes right to us. You can send us an email from there, or you can text us on that phone number that we just gave you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank y'all so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, it was really a pleasure, ending the year off to a great start, and just thankful that y'all came. And remember that the Dream Builders podcast, we're here to help buyers, sellers, agents, and small businesses connect with the resources and knowledge to achieving their goals. And this podcast is sponsored by Page Properties Team, TheDream E.N.T, Real Estate for a Reason, and Make Real Estate Fun Again. Thank you all. Got you covered. Because they got us covered all the time. Y'all go ahead and have a blessed one. And thank y'all so much for coming out.
Thank you so much for having us.
No, for sure, for sure. And remember, tack every day with greatness. Be safe. Happy holidays.
Happy 2024.
2024. Y'all be safe.